Let's do this shit.
Hey, how are you? How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Bradley. This is like, you've never done a podcast before?
No.
So this is brand new.
Yeah.
Dude, that's dope.
I never really talk like on social media or anything like that. So yeah, I never really talk on social media or anything like that. So this is like new to me.
Is it because you're so new to it, or you just have never done it, or no one's ever asked you?
I'm just a quiet person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Damn. It's funny because this became a thing that obviously I've made so much content over so many years on the internet that it became a thing that I kind of fell into, that I really just enjoyed. Even the content that I made, fitness was always kind of like educational, and I always end up talking a bunch. Mm-hmm. So when this kind of content started to become more popular, I was like, oh shit, this is perfect. I was always the guy who like, I'd do some fitness shit and then like teach someone something, and then I'd start just talking about random shit or life or my experiences in it. So it feels really natural for me to now just sit and talk.
Yeah, that's good.
But you haven't done much content on social, obviously, other than the adult stuff.
Yeah.
Right? So this is your first time going into like the social media space.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you have any inspirations in that space?
In the social media space?
Because like, obviously I see you just started a YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, I just did it for fun.
So do you want to like do more of it? Is it like a goal of yours? Is it something you want to like?
I think I want to do more videos just to like be comfortable and like just to get out there more, you know? Yeah.
To be more comfortable.
Yeah, to be more comfortable and like.
I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. I'm sorry I'm interrupting you.
That's okay.
This is one of the concept of this is actually blowing my mind. The fact that you're comfortable, because I don't know. I mean, I probably could if I was like, fuck, I kind of want to. Part of me, I talk to my team all the time and I'm like, yo, I want to do this, and like jokingly but somewhat serious. The fact that you're uncomfortable speaking but not uncomfortable doing the things that you've done, right?
I know.
It's very, very interesting.
It's so crazy. Like, it's so crazy.
So like, I got to ask you, had you always just been comfortable with that? Because to put that on camera, because I'm trying to imagine myself having sex and you know, it's me and my girl, and I'm trying to imagine myself having sex like me and my girl or another actor, and then actor, whatever, and then there's like this many people, right? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
How many people are normally there?
There's honestly more than 4. Like there would be like it can be that. It can be, sometimes it can be like 3 people.
Yeah.
More than that. But honestly, when I'm on set, I'm super quiet. So I get my hair and makeup done. And I was like 18, 19 at the time. So
when you first did it. Yeah. But what I'm trying to understand is, how could you be uncomfortable just sitting talking, but you were able to do that? Like, at one point, did you go? Like, it's like, how does that even start? Where you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna be comfortable with this on camera. Because like I'm saying, I have sex all the time. I can't imagine being on camera.
I know. Sometimes like when I did it, it was like a switch. Like I'm quiet, and then once the camera's turned on, I was like different.
That's crazy. That's the concept. The only thing I can relate that to is like when I would compete in Olympic weightlifting a long, long time ago when I first got into, like, that was the first thing that I really got into lifting wise. And it was like, I trained for this event, the snatch and the clean and jerk, and you train for it. And then when you go to like try to get that PR that day, it's like you almost like black out and you just do what you do. But but regardless, like what we're talking about for you is like there's no training to go and just like perform that way. Obviously then regular sex, but to have people filming it, and you were comfortable with doing that, or were you still uncomfortable in the beginning?
I feel like it was almost natural.
What?
I don't know.
What? I feel like us sitting here talking is supernatural.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I'm just like, I don't know. It's weird. I think because since I always was thinking about doing it, and it was in my head for a long time before I started. So I think I was mentally like ready to do it. And
so if you started when you were 18, right? Mm-hmm. So how long prior were you thinking about doing it, and what made you think about doing it?
So I was
like, when did the thoughts first come in your head were like, I would consider this?
Yeah, I think I was like 17. Damn. And someone told me like, oh, like, you're so beautiful, and I should do something like that. Like, I should be paid for how beautiful I look.
But like, that's such a, okay, I need more context.
It's weird.
That is a weird thing for someone to tell a 17-year-old that.
I know. It's weird.
Where were you born and raised?
I was born and raised in New York City.
Okay, so some motherfucker in New York City needs to be fucking locked up here.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I'm genuinely curious. Like, so some guy, I'm assuming, said this to you?
Yeah. But around my age, like maybe a few years older.
It's whatever. It's fine. It's all good. Like, no worries. But I'm curious. It's like you heard that and you were like, yeah, I could do that. Was that your thought? Or?
And I've always been really confident, like in myself, like how I look.
Physically, yeah.
Yeah. So like even in school, I would love wearing like shirts like this, like love wearing like crop tops and like things that show off just because I love how it looks on me. And so I was always confident like with my body.
Yeah.
So that wasn't like, it wasn't hard.
Yeah.
Like I'm really confident in my body.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question about the confidence, right? Do you think confidence in your body directly correlates to like sexual promiscuity, which is like you being like, because I'm hot, like I'm being hot and I think I could be hot because I want that, right? Sex. Or is it you just feel like you just want that because it's like an ego boost for you or what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like I feel like I've had conversations in the past with girls who are like, for example, let's say they I don't know, they post something on the internet. They're like, oh, I just do that because like I just like that because I can look like that because I can look hot because I can be sexy. And in my mind, I'm like, well, are you not doing that for the attention of the opposite sex? And then they would be like, no, I'm not. I just like it. So my question to you is, where does that come from for you? Is it like do you just genuinely like it or is it for the attention?
I think I just genuinely like it, and maybe for the attention at the same time.
Yeah, it's fair, and it's not wrong.
Yeah,
it's not wrong.
Yeah.
So I still got to figure this out. You start to get people telling you should do this. You're obviously younger, and then you're like, okay, when I'm 18, I'm gonna do this. And then did you tell like family members? Did you tell friends? Were people like, no, you shouldn't do this? Well, how did that go?
So,
because I've always been curious about this.
Yeah, and people don't really know, but I'm trying to like put it all together.
Take your time. There's no no rush.
Okay, so before I started doing like adult films, I did like a month of webcamming, and my mom found out. She was slowly on board with it because she knew this is something I wanted to do. And
so you wanted to do pornography. You were like, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. And and she was, she trusted me. She was like, okay, if that's what you want to do, then. She
didn't give you she wasn't like, are you sure? She didn't say any of that stuff?
She did, but then she knew that I was kind of serious about it. And so after the month of like webcamming, that's when like she met my agent, and I ended up just like flying to Miami and starting to shoot. And
I'll be honest, this is good. You might find this by surprise, and the guys listening are probably gonna call Kat when they see us in the comments. But you followed me on Instagram, okay?
Yeah.
And I was like, huh, who's this girl? And I tell my friends, and they're like, what? She followed you? And I'm like, and I'm looking at your page, and I'm like, okay, she probably does like OnlyFans or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't actually know that you were an adult actress.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, it's fine, because I don't think people would think that.
Yeah, I stopped watching porn for about a year, which I'm proud of, but I didn't know, and they were all super hyped that you were going to be on the pod. By the way, you're loved a lot. You're very popular.
Oh, that's cool.
But the reason I'm asking these questions is I'm just trying to see like where you come from, because you're so young. You're 22, right?
Yeah.
Like how you got into it and what the process was and where, like, because I just find it so interesting now that you sit here and you say it's kind of uncomfortable just doing this kind of stuff. And in my mind, it blows my mind, because it's like, fuck, how could you be comfortable doing that and not this? Because this seems so much easier.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so weird. Yeah. But
so your mom's supportive of it. You're like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. You're 18. You're doing the cam stuff.
Yes, and I was doing the cam stuff, and not a lot of people know this, but I was still in high school.
Okay, this is such an interesting concept, because the people who are buying this shit, it's for sure older dudes.
The webcamming?
Yes. Because like I don't think kids in high schools are buying webcam videos for like webcam. Like what does someone buy typically from a webcam girl? Everyone's gonna call Cap again. I've never bought anything from a webcam girl. Like what do they buy?
No one bought anything from me. So I just like was on live.
You facilitated for a site.
Yeah, for a site.
Got it.
So no one really.
So how are they making money? They're like donating? Is it like a live donation thing?
Yeah, so people would just like tip me. And
okay. But what if what are people tipping you for?
Oh, just like sometimes just like when I wear lingerie.
Okay.
And certain amount of like tips, I'll take it off or something like that.
Does the webcam turn into like full blown like porn?
Not really.
Not really.
No, I didn't do like things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is when you were in high school.
Yeah, like it was shit, like
dude. That's got to be illegal, no?
No, I was 18 and my school found out. It was literally the first month, like September. And that's when they found out. And, they talked to me and...
What'd they say? They're like, yo, what the fuck you doing?
Not like that, but...
They're like, yo, can I get a discount for this thing? Like, what are they asking you?
So, I guess, like, a girl in class was talking about me, and the principal wanted to be, like, in, like, a conference call with, like, my mom and all that stuff.
Okay.
And my mom had my back 100%. And that's when, like, they decided, okay, so she can't be in school because this is not okay for them. So they put me in online school.
Wait, why is that not okay for them?
Because I'm doing like adult stuff and it's obviously a bunch of like.
But you're 18 though.
Yeah, it didn't. Well,
so how could they determine what you could or couldn't do?
Because I think kids were talking about me in class, so
you were popping. Fuck them.
And
it's
yeah,
like,
and it's like kind
what?
of inappropriate. So that's what I think.
Yeah. I guess because it's like they're thinking the rest of the kids in high school, like the lower ages.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
Yeah,
this is somewhere in California, though.
No, this was in
New York.
in the East Coast.
Sorry, this is on the East Coast. This is in New York somewhere.
Yeah.
So where specifically in New York?
Well, I grew up in Lower Manhattan, but I did go to like the last 2 years of high school. I was in Connecticut.
Okay. Is that where this was happening in Connecticut?
Yeah, this was happening in Connecticut, and. Yeah, so a lot of people don't know that. Well, a lot of people in that school thought I dropped out, but I actually just like finished school online.
So you got the GED, no problem.
No, I got a regular high school diploma.
That's fucking okay.
Yeah.
So you're like, I'm not. So now you're like, you don't go to school at all anymore. I'm assuming, right? Full time, this stuff.
Yeah. So at this time, October comes, and I'm doing online school, and. That's when I also start doing adult films because this was the perfect opportunity for me to do this thing I was always talking about doing. And yeah, it was like the perfect opportunity.
And it was in Connecticut or in New York, the opportunity?
Well, I reached out to an agent in LA and he came all the way to New York, to meet me, to meet my mom. And that's when we flew to Florida so I can start shooting.
So are you like signed with a company that like makes you do certain things or?
No, it was no contract, no nothing. Yeah, nothing like that.
Nothing like that.
Yeah.
So do you just decide, you decide completely the kind of content that you make, that no one says, hey, you have to do this or you have to do that?
For this.
And I'm talking about specifically not currently, but in the.
Yeah, this is all in the past. Like when.
Okay. And to be clear, you don't do that at all anymore?
No, I only done it for probably 6 months and then like a few scenes after that.
Because from what I heard that you got popular, like very popular.
Yeah, I think during that short amount of time, I did like a lot of scenes, and maybe it's from that. I don't know. But also maybe social media. I don't know. But.
Do you think social media has like a big impact on like your ability to, I guess, sell more, obviously, which obviously it does, but in that space?
I think it helped me like get newer audience or like different like followers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's fine. It's fine. Yeah. There's obviously no right answer. As far as the OnlyFans stuff, is that what you just do full time now?
Yeah, now I do OnlyFans full time.
Okay. So but can people expect like full-time YouTube videos coming or or are you just gonna like just fucking bankroll that OnlyFans shit till the fucking cows come home? I'm always curious, like the plan, right? Like what's the process?
I definitely see myself doing OnlyFans for a long time.
Yeah.
And then YouTube, it's something I want to do for fun.
Okay.
And
obviously adds to the OnlyFans stuff too, when people find out about you, know about you. Because I do really believe that like the girls I feel like that can do really well. Obviously, you've done great in porn, so people are like, it's recognizable. But as far as like, I'm thinking about some of the stars that blew up and continue to like kind of go crazy on the internet.
Yeah.
Like Lana's one of them, because I think she did a lot of content in the social space and people got to know her as a person, that they're like, that you become way more invested in those people, right? So if you continue to sell anything in the adult industry, it's like now you have these people who are a lot more invested in you as a person, so that comes even, it's like they want to know about it even more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, that makes sense. And I feel like if I do like YouTube, maybe that can help. And
For sure.
I like to do like TikTok and like little stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like do you ever get like really hateful comments?
I do, but I don't really pay attention to them.
You don't?
No.
Have you ever been like, fuck, why did I do this? Because a lot of people are curious about this. I like ask me questions. People like, does she regret doing it? Would she have done it differently?
For like my like career choice?
Pornography.
Honestly, I wish I didn't do it differently. Like, or if people may think, I wouldn't change anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
I feel like everything in my life, or everything in anyone's life, probably happens for a reason.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, obviously you make choices. You're like, oh, I chose this. But I do genuinely believe like that everything that we go through, we are able to learn from.
Exactly.
So has doing that taught you differently? Has it made you be like, man, like, for example, I'm just going to give you this random idea. If you had a daughter, would you think that she should go through the same thing? Go through it and do it and be like, yeah, it's a good idea.
Like adult.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. If that was like something that she wanted to really do, I'd be like, okay, like try it out and see.
Yeah.
But,
like, would you support her like your mom supported you?
I think I would.
Yeah.
I would. Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you think people have such a like a stigma around the adult industry and like, oh, you shouldn't do it and your daughter's going to think of this and your son's going to deal with this, the things that people say on the internet? Because it's a very common why do you think people have that around it?
I honestly don't know. I feel like it's such it's not a thing that it's not really normal. Like I wouldn't tell people, oh yeah, I do this. Honestly, like if someone were to ask me, oh, what do you do for a living, or what did you do? I wouldn't really.
You wouldn't. But even though people know though.
I know.
So
yeah.
I'm interested. I'm curious now, because it seemed as if like you not saying you do it, then are you ashamed of doing it because you wouldn't want to tell them?
I mean, I feel like maybe people can, I don't know, think differently. But honestly, I feel like nowadays, like everyone does like OnlyFans and all that stuff. So I don't think it really would matter. But
yeah,
I'm like thinking, I'm thinking how I thought like back then, I feel. But now I feel like it's different in a way.
Oh, so you're saying back then you probably wouldn't have told people, hey, this is what I'm doing for a living. This is what I do.
Yeah, I don't know. But then I don't know. I'm like confused.
Confused, or like you're torn between like how you would have explained it, or because it kind of sounds like if you wouldn't tell someone, hey, this is what I do, then maybe you're somewhat ashamed of doing it.
I feel like if it's a random person, like if it's like someone that
I see what
works at like a retail store,
like a random person. I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? If it's like a random person, like
they don't need to know that.
Yeah, they don't need to know.
Got you.
But yeah, I feel like, but nowadays I feel like it's really different. Yeah.
It seems to be more normalized for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you think it's a good or a bad thing? It being more normalized.
I think.
Because it's like.
I think it's fine. I think it's fine.
Yeah. Like entirely.
Yeah, I think it's.
I think there's some stuff to it that is a little bit like, I don't know. For example, I'd say on TikTok, for example, because a lot of the demographic, there's a lot of young kids on these apps.
Okay.
Maybe being more exposed, and it's not right or wrong. I'm just saying, when I look at it, I'm like just being exposed to like overly sexualized stuff, and I'm not saying specifically pornography, but just even on TikTok itself, where it's like, damn, that's a lot really soon. Where I'm not, I can't say this is exactly a problem or not, but it definitely leans towards like, should kids be seeing that kind of stuff like when they're fucking 10?
Oh yeah, that I don't agree with.
And I think it's happening.
Yeah.
I think that's happening. I think because it's becoming more normal, it's also it's a little bit more rampant, right? Because
I didn't think of it like that. It's crazy.
Because it's not, and it's not even necessarily it's a completely bad thing. It's just now it's becoming a thing that maybe even younger and younger girls or guys, whatever, are thinking, okay, maybe I need to do this to be successful or to have money. Because like, you know what's happened? Like, you know, when the whole, I mean, shit, you're fucking 22 though. So back in the day when I was 22, everything was like magazines, and then that quickly died. Right. But so when I'm growing up, I would say like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 to like 22, it's like magazine driven. And what you see on the magazine is like the girl that all the girls who would see the magazine, because social media wasn't a thing until like I was about like 24, 25, 26. So you'd see this is like your representation of what is attractive because we're glorifying it and putting it on a magazine cover, right? So that's how you got that connection, right? Which is less widespread than, for example, on your phone, every fucking 2 seconds, 7 seconds, you can get something new, right? So what I see is like the almost like things are becoming, and I don't think there's anything wrong at all with this innately, right? I'm almost like, I look at it like, at what age is it okay to just be completely almost bombarded with that stuff, because it's so becoming more normal that it's also just everywhere now. Sex and the idea of it. Obviously, it's for all of us to make our own choices, whether we decide we want to do this or we want to do that, or what we think is right for what we're trying to do and what we want to do. And like when you were younger, you said, this is what I wanted to do. Whether or not people believe this or that way, you're doing it, and it's a part of your life. And now it's something you can learn from. I just think there's at some points where, because of these social media platforms and the way in which they function, it's like it could make the younger audience, the younger demographic think, okay, I need to do this to have this. I need to have this to be beautiful. I need to be this to be successful, right?
Yeah.
And that's for guys and girls. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
So do you ever think like, do you add to that? You know? And I'm not trying to, it's not a bad thing. Because I also make a bunch of fucking shitty content that I probably add like a lot of bullshit to.
Do I like add to like the sexy content?
Yeah. Because you got some good content. There's nothing wrong with that.
Like on Instagram or.
Yeah. Do you even have a TikTok?
I have TikTok.
Okay.
I'm not like crazy like sexual.
Yeah.
On like platforms like that. I don't know. I'm not like. Yeah.
Do you like doing social media?
I do. Yeah. I like it. I like posting pictures. I've been really into TikTok.
Yeah. I love TikTok.
But I'm not like this crazy, like, I'm not so sexual. I'm not, I like to like wear cute outfits and like do like TikToks and
it's
pictures.
Funny though. There's girls though that can be like, could not try to be sexy at all, but because of the way they look, they almost become over sexualized. Yeah. Like, I can see like if I'm wearing a top like this is probably too like over sexualized maybe. Is your whole body natural? Yeah, it is natural. Lit. Congrats. Thank you. That's a big W. Thank you. That's a big W. Shout out my boy over here, dude. Congrats. Anyway, sorry. It's a feel weird saying off camera. Is your boyfriend, right? Yes. Okay, is that okay to say? Yeah. I just like, if I didn't say this right now, people be like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" Oh yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. Cool. Yeah. How did you guys meet? Well, he's a performer. Oh shit! Yeah. Shows how much I know about the porn industry, dude. Fuck. So wait, you're a performer too? Mm-hmm. Holy shit! Yes. Yeah. Should we bring him on here or no? Shit. No. No. Okay, he doesn't want to do it. Okay, okay. So wait. Okay, this is now. I'm really intrigued. Yeah. I want to, because he looks older to me. How old is he? Oh, he's 34. Okay, so shit, he's one year older than me. Okay. Yeah. So. How did you guys meet? Like, how does that go? You like is that how you met in the industry? Yeah. Okay. Actually, like on my, like the third day I came to LA, I was supposed to shoot with him. Okay. And yeah, I think after that day, we just like were seeing each other, and he's been in the industry like way longer than I have. Okay. So this is so interesting to me now. Yeah. Because I have to ask, I wish you were on I wish he was on the podcast. This is funny. Yeah. Fuck. Cause I want your perspective. Because like I'm trying to imagine, okay, I'm a guy, I'm 34 years old, him, right? Yeah. And I've been in the industry for how many years? How long have you been in it? 16 years. Okay, so this guy's had a lot of sex. Yeah, he's been in since he was like 18. So this is why it's so interesting to me. So he's had a ton of sex. Yes, a ton. And then he sees you. How long have you guys been together? Almost 4 years. Okay, so he has sex with you and he's like, this one. Yeah. Okay, yo, God, I wish you were on the podcast, dude. I have so many questions for you. So... Yo, wow. Your vagina must be made of gold or something. I don't know what's going on here, but it's like I wish I could ask you. Why do you think he was like, you're the one? This is so interesting. I think just we just fit really well together. Yeah. I wish he was here to talk for me, but no, it's all good.
it just happened so naturally, and
the vibe.
Yeah, it was happened really naturally, and we just really like fell for each other.
Damn. Yeah. And then you've been together for 4 years.
Yeah.
Because I was getting a bunch of fucking weird ass comments about people were tagging and saying like that something happened with you guys, and
oh my god,
what is that about?
That's stupid internet troll shit. Yeah,
so that's all bullshit.
It's all like bullshit.
How does that shit get made up?
Honestly, it's been going on for like probably over 2 years.
Because I saw a comment that said like we were boyfriend and girlfriend because you followed me, and I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like I never even met this chick in my life.
It's crazy. It's literally the internet troll.
Yeah.
I just ignore it. It's kind of embarrassing though.
Has that ever gotten bad? Like has it ever gotten to like a?
It has gotten bad where this person tries to like follow my friends and like their friends and say the same shit, where it's like, oh, I'm dating this person, and like, it's.
I just wonder where that kind of stuff comes from. Maybe they're just like a super fan.
They just have no life.
Yeah, like, but they're probably in your OnlyFans buying like.
Probably.
Right.
Yeah.
They're like, send me some feet pics.
Yeah.
Do you sell feet pics?
I do.
Do you what do you sell? What don't you sell?
I do like my bikinis. I sell like my clothing, like whatever I wear. And
shit, you sell? I was talking about like what you sold on OnlyFans.
Oh, like on OnlyFans, I do like.
But you wait, you sell bikinis and shit like to like, people who want to buy like random dudes.
Yeah,
that's lit. Mm-hmm. I sold my underwear once.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got $800 for 4 pairs.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's pretty
nice.
Cool. That was back here. No, I'm dead ass. I swear to God, I did that. I told a story before, but yeah, it was when I was younger. I needed some money. I was broke. I was like, bodybuilding, and the guy's like, I want your underwear, and I think I just ended up. He'd probably be so mad if he sees it, but I just grabbed some underwear and I just sent it to him. I don't even. Like, it just
Yeah,
anyways.
That's fine.
But I will say there was also a time in my life where I actually got propositioned to fuck some dude's wife, and I didn't do it, and I really needed the money. He was going to pay me $8,000 to have sex with his wife. And I didn't do it because when I met the wife after I met some kids. I could tell that was something that this was a rich guy in like Beverly Hills in the flats. I could tell that she seemed like the life was sucked out of her. Like she does. I'm not the first guy that he's like, come fuck my wife. And like, that's his thing, which is fine. Yeah, that's your thing. When I met her and I could tell if she was just like almost like, I don't want to do this. I was like, I can't do it. So I was just like, no, I'm not going to do it. But but looking back, I'm not even going to lie. Kind of wish I took that 8,000. If I'm being honest, I wish I took that 8,000.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, and I was broke as fuck.
Yeah.
No, I was like, that was life-changing money for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, it was just something about when I met her in her face. I was like, fuck, I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So have you done any sort of like scenes or things where you were like, I wish I had not done that? Like in like the adult industry? Yes. Yeah.
No, not really. I did a lot of like all the scenes that like we're okay with to do, and I didn't.
What do you mean by that? Okay with to do? That you were okay with doing?
Yeah, that I was okay with doing. So it was just like girl, boy, girl, and like
simple shit,
and like maybe boy, girl. Yeah.
So, okay. Okay, got it.
You got it.
Yeah.
That's how we
like
say
Eiffel
it.
Tower.
Kind of like yes.
Okay,
yes.
fair.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. So it's like. How does that work? I'm honestly genuinely curious. Is it like they go, hey, here's this. Do you want to do this? Here's that. Do you want to do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because there's obviously all these categories, all these different types of shit that people do. Everyone's into all kind of crazy shit. How do they present those opportunities?
So once I started getting booked for things, my agent just like, he pretty much did all of it for me. So he made sure like whatever I had to do that month, I was was going to do.
But the process of that is like, for example, what I'm thinking now, what you're saying is like, there's a guy who's like, hey, you're going to do these 8 things this month, right? Is he just telling you what they are? Or is he like, yo, do you want to do this? Are you okay with that?
Oh, yes. Yeah, he would be like that too. He'd be like, oh, do you want to shoot with this person? Do you want to shoot for this company? Yeah. And I would be like, yeah, I want to shoot for, I'm okay with shooting with these companies. And
not this.
I'm not, yeah. So okay. I'm not okay with, I don't want to shoot with this person. I'm okay with shooting with this person.
So no one was like, you have to do this. You got to do that. No one was like, well, you make more money if you do this.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've always been curious about that.
Yeah, it's
I wonder if it was different in the past.
In the past, I don't know. Maybe like every girl is different.
This motherfucker, I want to tell this.
He
this
has
fucking,
a lot.
how many 16 years? How many fucking years?
A lot of years.
Damn, bro. I got to ask you some questions. We got to get you on here another time or something.
Yeah.
I want to know. I want to know is like, because I feel like, I don't know, because some adult actresses will say like, I wish I didn't do this. About like, maybe because they were approached differently in certain situations that were more like, hey, you need more money, you got to do this.
Exactly. Like a lot of like every girl's story is different, and with mine, I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And all the scenes I got booked for, I was okay with doing.
Yeah, I got
it.
And so
yeah, nothing negative.
Fair. And so you wanted to do it because like you were comfortable with doing it, or because you like sex, or like what's the reason why?
I was okay with doing it, and you
like the money, like what?
A little bit of everything.
Fair.
Yeah, a little bit money, sex, just to do it.
So that leads me to another question. So okay, the sex, right? Obviously, like men watch pornography, and it's like somewhat unrealistic in most cases, depending on the genre, this or that, and they have this idea maybe that like, I don't know, men need to do this or do that for sex to be good because of what they see, through the screen, right? Because if you're watching pornography and this is the thing that you do, then you're thinking, oh, that guy does that, I need to do that when I have sex, and blah blah blah, right? So my question to you is sex on set the same as sex off set?
No, it's not the same. Unless
it's obviously, I know that there's all this other shit going on, light and fucking sound and people, and I don't know what else, because I've heard of things where and I want to ask you this. Is this true before we get into the rest of this question? Mm-hmm. That there's like cum stuff that they use for like money shots. It's like, it's not real cum, but they use extra for like extra cum at the end. Yes. That's a real thing. Yeah, it's called splooge.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I knew this because shout out, there was a guy who used to go to my gym who passed away. He actually filmed a lot of the old porn. He's an old producer. And he would tell me these stories about like, they had this stuff that like, it's not, he was like, this shit's not real. I was like, what? Yeah. My mind is blown. Like I thought this load was real. Yeah.
It looks so real in like pictures and like all that stuff. But
so wait, where were we at before that? Do you remember?
No, I forgot.
Okay. I fucked up. Damn. Normally that's my job to stay on track.
It's okay.
So you said it's not. And
no,
why?
It's not the same unless you want it to be the same. But
whoa, what does that mean? What do you mean?
Maybe some people like want to like be like that on camera, but in my personal life, it's not the same.
I was going to ask you a question, and this pertains. It was going to be kind of related to this question, but it's difficult now because the guy that you're dating is also a porn star. Yeah. Right. So my question was going to be, and you're not the right person to ask this question, but I can phrase it a little bit differently. Does size matter? And what I was going to say was, if you were dating a porn star with size and you were dating a regular guy, like out of porn, let's say you had a guy who wasn't in porn, like would you be like more satisfied by this, but even though there's like all this other shit going on, or like this? So the question is, does size matter?
Yes and no. I feel that it's probably the way how you use your cock. Yeah. Like how you use it. Yeah. Yeah. Straight up. Like, so we're talking angles, and it's the angles thing. But the speed, like we got to give the boys some love here. We got to like, because from your perspective, because a lot of these guys are like, oh, I want to have sex with this girl, right? That's why they clicked, right? Which is fair. It's okay. What does that mean? You say obviously the way you use it, and you hear this a lot. Girls are like, oh, it's not always the size. It's important, but not as important as the way you use it, which you just said. So are we talking like speed? Are we talking like angles? We got to give them some pointers. Like what's the? I'm not the best with that, but I feel like definitely a little bit of both, speed and angles, maybe, but also every person's different, so it's really hard to like talk. Do you have like an angle that you really like? Is this if you don't want, honestly, if you don't want to answer these questions, I don't want you to. I prefer not to say, but do you have a favorite position? Because they're gonna be mad at me if I don't ask. I gotta ask these questions. Okay. I like doggy, missionary. Yeah. It's the goat. That's the best. I mean, that's my favorite position, doggy. It's like, I'm sold. I think we're done with the podcast there. I think that's it. I'm kidding. Okay, so has your relationship with sex changed since you've done pornography? No, it hasn't changed. I mean, he fucks me really good. I know. So I'm like happy. Yeah, that's what's crazy, because she dates a fucking another porn star. Yeah. What are you saying? I don't think you understand what she asked. Oh. It's like your relationship to sex, not like just the sex itself. Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying. Not just the sex itself, but your relationship to sex. Has it changed? Meaning like, do you want to have sex less because you do it so much on? But no, I mean, I honestly, I I choose not to shoot for a reason because I'm kind of overshooting for like companies and like in that industry. Like that's like not my, like that's like a turn off. Like I'm more into sex in my personal life, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So do you still shoot stuff on your OnlyFans, like with your boyfriend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much money do you make on OnlyFans? Like, is it less than $500,000? Is it more than $500,000?
I prefer not to say.
Damn, sorry, I had to ask.
No, it's okay. Yeah. No, yeah. I'm like I can be kind of private with things like that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Completely fair. So that's kind of where you do all of that now.
Yeah.
So you're still doing it. It's just like, it's personal.
Yeah, it's
and
personal.
And it's not, I'm assuming, do you have other people come in and you do content with them, or is it just you and your boyfriend?
I do like content with like girls too, or like we do it together with like another girl.
Does he get a percent? Is he winning too, or what?
He's
No? Come on, bro. What kind of deals you doing? Can't even give him like fucking 10 or 5? Like, so I wish you were on the podcast. Why does he not want to be on the podcast? He's off the fucking screen, by the way. Why
not? Know. I mean,
because he got an accent. What's going on here?
Oh yeah, he has a Russian accent.
Yeah, what the fuck?
So sometimes maybe it can be hard for him to understand, like, but he likes to like be behind the scenes. Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah. That's fine. It's all good. Okay, is it safe to say that most of the money that you make is from OnlyFans, or is from the adult industry? And do they give you residuals? Like, do you get residuals? Okay.
Oh yeah.
I was always curious about that.
It was like for the adult industry, you get paid
for a scene.
For a scene, and that's it.
Okay. What is that average? What is that like? When you were probably in the beginning you got paid less, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I did.
Towards the end, what was it like? You get like, what do you get for a scene? And a scene is what? A scene is like.
Yeah. So normally for like a basic like boy girl, it's like $1,000.
So they just give you $1,000, have sex.
Yeah, but it's like in a check or something like that.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's like
that's an industry standard. It's
like a standard, and then like depending like on who you are and like it changes. It goes,
up. Yeah. Did you get more towards the end of your career?
I kind of, but not really.
Damn.
Yeah, because I stopped literally. I did it from October 2018 to like spring 2019. Yeah. So I didn't go too far in my career where I could have.
I see. I bet you now, because like when you have such a big social following, are they still hitting you up like come back?
Yeah. I was about to. I kind of was a contract girl for Brazzers for a short period of time right before like COVID hit.
Yeah.
And that's when like my rates were changed, and
because of that like kind of management company.
No, I feel like because where I was, and like how I was saying, when you start, you're at this rate, and then once you like
get more popular,
it changes.
Yeah. So the question was like, obviously we're talking about your rate changing, right?
Yeah.
And then towards the end of your career, you're saying that you started working with Brazzers or something, and then they were giving you more money. You were getting more money.
Yeah. And that's when I stopped.
Is it directly from them, or is it just for like the scenes?
It was for like each scene.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
like how much more? Like 2,500 a scene?
A little bit more than that.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so this is why it's like I'm gonna imagine, you don't got to tell me the exact number here, but I'm imagining that the OnlyFans stuff is probably significantly greater than that.
Yeah, and that's why I'm so happy that it exists, because I love just being able to do something that on my own terms, and not like follow what a company says, or or anything like that, or work with other people. Yeah. I'm such a homebody, so I like staying at home and doing content. Yeah. And it's so much easier for me. And
well, it's interesting too, because I think that entire industry is shifting and changing to like that sort of content.
It is.
Where it's either girls are like, I'm gonna just do my own website, or it's gonna be OnlyFans, or it's gonna be some sort of exclusive platform, because people are realizing, I think, that they have a lot more power in that space.
Yes, 100%. 100%. I honestly, the adult industry, like for like the companies, I feel like it's different from. I feel
like it's dying out.
Yeah, I feel like honestly after or during COVID, it definitely
shifted completely.
It shifted. Yeah.
I mean, it's a good thing. I mean, taking the power back into essentially the creators, right? Taking it back into their hands. I mean, social media in general has done that. What other sort of social media stuff do you want to get into? Like, are you going to try to do YouTube like for real? Or is it like, you know, Q&A?
I did a Q&A and like clothing hauls and like things that, things like that. I definitely do want to do YouTube more. I want to venture out into like Twitch. Yeah. And like, you know, try to like do a little bit of everything.
What do you enjoy doing the most?
I feel like I enjoy Instagram just for pictures. Yeah. I love taking pictures. But then I enjoy doing TikToks too.
How did you have a question for you? How did you find me on Instagram?
Well, I've seen your content, like videos and stuff. Like it will pop up on my page.
Thank God, not shadow ban. Let's go. Yeah, let's fucking go. Okay.
It will pop up on my page. That's what's up.
And so you're just like, I'm gonna follow this random ass fucking weightlifter dude.
No, but it's like been months. Like
okay, so you're like, I'm getting tired of this. Let me just follow this idiot.
No,
I'm just, of course,
but, but I also like seeing like you on YouTube on my page. Okay. So
you watch a lot of YouTube.
I watch. Not so much, not really, but whenever I'm on it, I'll just scroll.
Do you ever watch the podcast stuff? Like, did you know that I had a podcast?
Yeah, I've known you had a podcast. I've seen a few, but
which ones did you watch?
I've watched the one with Selena because I follow her.
Yeah, I love Selena. She's amazing.
I've seen the one with Lana Rhodes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and Summer Rae because when you asked me to do it, I was like. I watched that afterwards. I was like, I don't know.
So were you, because like, what did you expect?
I don't know what to I honestly did not know what to expect. So, I didn't know what to expect at all. Because I'm such a shy person. So I don't know what kind of questions.
That's such a crazy thing.
Yeah. I don't know like what kind of questions you're going to ask me.
Yeah.
And
how can you be shy? It's so crazy to me.
It's so weird. So what weird. I've always been that way. Always. But once I get used to someone, then I'm super talkative and comfortable. Yeah.
I mean, also too, like you're also super young. Like even the content, like you also this stuff you're gonna get a lot better at and become a lot better at. Even YouTube and all the other shit that you do, you kind of just if you stay with it, like anything, you get better at it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I got a question. A little bit more about childhood. We're going to go back, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
What was your relationship like with your mom growing up? Like when you were younger growing up?
We were pretty good, pretty close. She was a single mom, so it was good. We had a
Can I ask what age was she single? Like what age were you,
3.
Oh, okay. So that's early as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, young.
Do you think that your upbringing, like your how you were raised affected the choices and the things that you did?
No, I don't think so.
Because like that shit, I lost my father when I was young, and that shit like ruined my life, but then made it great because it gave me something to like kind of push me.
Yeah. I feel like I've just always had like little things. I don't know, like little things I've always wanted to do, and I don't think it's nothing from how I grew up. Honestly, it was a shock because once my family found out and everything what I was doing, it was a complete like shock. They thought I was going to be into like, be like an esthetician or something like that, but, cause that's what I was like passionate about.
Right.
I don't think it was nothing from how I grew up. It was just my own decisions.
You just wanted to do it.
Yeah. I just wanted to do it.
Up. That's dope. So where do you go from here? I'm always curious about that, right? Like for people who've been from that industry, cause like you kind of do deal with a little bit of, everything moving forward. Someone goes, oh, you did this. And there's this stigma, which I do think is also shifting on the internet in general with like more and more people getting on the platform of OnlyFans and it not only just being pornography, but also people are just selling content that is like, for example, a fitness influencer can get on there and post like the fact that here's some workouts that you could pay for and it's non-sexual at all. I know that there's a lot of girls that feel like, oh, if I do OnlyFans and like I'm going to have this stigma no matter what, even if they're not doing sexual acts, right? They're just like, just because of the name itself and the idea that like with the biggest industry on it is mostly sex work, that they think, okay, I don't want that to come along with me or to follow me around or whatever. So my question is like, where do you go from here as far as that? Like, is that ever going to, do you think it's ever going to affect the things you're able to accomplish or the things you're able to do
based off like my past? Not
sure, past or even present. Even the fact that you still do the stuff. I mean, obviously it's you and your boyfriend. Like no one can tell you guys what the fuck to do anyways. It's like, do you think that if at any point you tried to get a job, which it sounds like you probably would never try to get a job.
Yeah, I actually never had a job before.
Yeah, it's dope.
It's crazy.
Congrats, by the way. That's sick.
Yeah.
The internet's actually really, it's just become such an interesting place. Like it's changed so much about people in our society that, you know, it's at the same time can be a very positive place, could also be very negative. So that's why I said earlier about the idea of like the over sexualization being more normalized and then affecting like the younger and younger generation and then making them think, oh, this is something I should do. But then there's also a very positive to it as well, where you could also find content that shows like, oh, I could also do this sort of content. And I could also do something that just in general years ago was never a known capability. Like when I was growing up, I've told this story before, but Instagram came out in about 2010. And so I got on it like the end of 2010, beginning of 2011. And it wasn't like, I'm going to get on Instagram and make money. Because that wasn't a thing people were doing then. It was just not even a reality. I was just like, I'm going to get on Instagram and post things in my life and who I am and what I do. And I was telling random people to go follow me. And people were like, what the fuck is this app? It wasn't like an e-commerce machine that it is now. So there is a ton of benefit to the internet. There's just also like now all these like, you know, more complications as far as I'd say just the younger generation kind of growing up and being like more exposed to everything. You know?
That is, it's changing.
For sure. Do you think it's a good or a bad thing?
It is not the best thing because you don't want young kids being drawn to like sexual like content. Like you want to, I don't know how to explain myself, but I don't think it's okay for kids to I don't know. I think I can maybe kind of I'll chime in. It's what I think. I'm sorry. I suck at like explaining myself.
No, it's fine.
But I'm not the best.
It's fine.
Yeah.
No, it's practice.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of practice. The only reason why I can do it is because I've done this shit a lot. So I think it's interesting because the thing that is kind of not being taught alongside of the overexposure to things is, and I've talked about this in other podcasts with other people that I really enjoy having conversations with. Shout out Sneeko, by the way. There's a thing that happens, obviously, the overexposure to things and the rapid pace of it. Younger kids and younger people in general, and just people in general, everyone is all at like a different point in their life where they can't decide fully maybe that this might be the best choice or the best decision for themselves at any point. Not even just a younger generation, but even like older people, older men, older women, doesn't matter. But I think the thing that's interesting nowadays is that people aren't taught the critical thinking aspect of fucking anything. So what happens is people see, oh, this girl does this, she's successful doing this, and it's like a younger girl, let's say, she sees it, she says, I need to do that. Or this guy does this, that guy does that. I'm a younger guy, I'm like, I need to do that. Or any guy at any age. And I feel like the thing that's most important to say for people to hear about this kind of stuff is like, at least if you are ever concerned that, I don't know, if you have a kid, you're raising a kid and you're like, yo, you want your kid to just maybe not even do the right thing, because there's no right and wrong here, but it's more like do the thing that they really want to do. Right? Where you said earlier, this is something you wanted to do. Whereas you're not the only girl like that's happened to, but there's also a whole bunch of other girls that they're like, maybe I should do this because that guy's saying I should do it. And then they find themselves in a position that they don't necessarily really want it to be in because they didn't have the critical thinking ability to go, this is not best for me, right? Maybe that's best for you. It's not best for me. And I think that's the thing that is getting like, it's getting more and more blurry because now you just have a ton of kids or a ton of people who are just exposed to the things. And then maybe they don't have those critical thinking skills to go like, okay, this is genuinely what I want, which is, it's dope that you found something you genuinely said, I want to do this.
I hope there's like kids out there that know what they want to do and not be stuck under the influence of like someone else just because they're successful. You know, I hope these kids have things that they actually do want to do in life and not just want to just make quick money or whatever, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The internet's just become such an interesting place because it has become a place where it's like everyone wants to get rich and they want to get rich quick. And I feel like we've always been that way as like people always kind of had that mentality. But on the internet, because it's so new, you could do that really fast. And then you could see a bunch of people doing that really fast. And maybe you pick something that isn't really of you, you know, like in your heart, something you genuinely want to do so that you just do it because you want to make money. And then I think ultimately you can find yourself in a position where you're like, fuck, like I don't feel the best maybe about exactly where I'm at in my life, despite what you may or may not have. Like, you have a bunch of money, but you may be like, fuck, I don't like the way I got to it, you know?
Yeah.
But that's dope. You decided, you're like, this is what I'm going to do, is what you're doing. It sounds like you're very successful at it off the mainstream platforms as well.
Yeah. I'm just happy like how everything like fell into place, and everything happened like perfect timing for me. And I'm really like thankful I had like the, you know, approval of like my family, and, you know, to do it.
So everyone in your family was like, yeah, bet, I'm with it.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really tell anyone, but like once people started finding out, they were like, you know, okay with it. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do a little segment, Discord. What do you want to call this one?
Discord discussions.
You're so corny. I love that. So you know what Discord is, right?
Yeah.
So I have a Discord, and I said to everyone, I said, doing a pod with Autumn Falls, what should I ask her? The first one I think is hilarious. This guy goes, ask her for her number, bro. What the fuck? No, I have your number. Obviously, that's how I got you here.
Yeah.
But shout out Hall Sam Hall, probably your name. But okay, so I think there was like 2 more good ones in here. Most embarrassing thing you've done on set. This is from the people, straight up from the people. Okay. And I'm actually, that's a good question.
Yes.
God,
I don't know. Maybe it's like I don't know if it's like too explicit to say, so I prefer not to say.
No. Oh, damn.
I had one cool scene experience I've done.
Okay,
I can share that.
Go ahead. But hold on. I just wanted, for the record,
yeah,
we might have to cut this if you hear this later and you're like, I don't want it in there. But he said it was some scene where he put a bunch of oil on your butt, and that was something happened. I don't know.
He's saying in my ass, like if on. Oh no.
That's
like sexy and fun.
Did it like slip out or something? Like
but a fun experience I can say.
Go ahead, yeah.
Maybe it's also for me.
A cool. I think the coolest thing I've ever done was when I squirted so high.
I
squirted so high. I was so proud of myself.
In the air.
Yeah, like
vertical.
Yeah, I was doing a
what?
3-way with Angela White and Marcus Dupree, which is him.
Okay.
And he was fucking me, and I just squirted like literally over the camera guy's head. Like it was like, how far was it? Oh wait,
what?
Do you want to see?
This got to be like the Olympics. Wait, bring that over here. I won't put it on camera. Bring it over here. Bring it over here. Hey, bring that here. I gotta see this shit. This is holy fuck, dude. What?
Oh my gosh, can I see this video?
Yo, holy fuck! What the fuck? Yo, I've actually never seen anything like that ever. And I've watched porn. I'm not saying I never watched porn. I've stopped for the last year, but holy fuck, that's insane.
You can replay it.
What the fuck? Yo, this got to be the record. I feel like you should be in the Guinness Book of fucking squirting records. This is insane. Myself.
It's so cool. For me, it was like the coolest moment I've like ever.
You should get an award for that. Didn't it give you an award for that?
No, but I did I won several awards.
Oh, you won awards?
Yeah, I won awards.
What kind of award? Like, is it AVN?
Oh yeah, AVN. There's Pornhub awards, and there's XBiz awards.
So what awards did you win?
The first year, I won Best New Starlet.
Okay,
Hottest Newcomer, Favorite Newcomer, Best Boy Girl, and then Best Group Scene, which was like...
Wait, what's a group
scene? It was with one guy, and there was like a few other girls.
Got it.
And that was my first year, and then when I was like active shooting, and then I just...
Well, so they give it to you, or they give it to everyone in the group? Like, how does that award go?
Oh, for the...
was it you in the scene was the best in it, or they gave you all that award?
Oh, they gave all of us that award.
Got it, okay.
So that was just that.
I feel like you should have got an award for that, though.
I know, but that happened after. So that was that happened after the awards, I think.
Is that normal for you?
Honestly.
Like, how the fuck, like, what, like, you know, like, the boys are probably like, yo, how the fuck, like, how, is that normal?
To
like,
squirt that much?
Yeah, that was, I've never seen anything like that.
I know. I was so impressed with myself. Like, that's, like, something I am proud of.
Yeah, but, that's fucking crazy.
I know, but people probably squirt just as much, but...
Is that normal?
Is it normal to squirt that much?
Yeah, is that normal for you? Just curious. Like, were you surprised? Basically?
I was surprised, but I've squirted before a lot. Like, actually, I've done a few other scenes where I squirted, and it was good too. You just have to, like, you know, just drink
a lot of water, be very hydrated. Yeah. So like, is that whole time? Is that like? I'm just trying to figure this out because, like, obviously I don't have a fucking vagina, and I come differently. Is that like a dude coming? Like, are you just feeling? Because you wouldn't know either, so it's hard to ask this question. But the whole time, does it feel good, or is it like?
It just happens. I mean, it feels good being like getting.
Of course, but at this point, you're not, right? Because when you were squirting, I saw in the video, it was like he was out, she was there, you were just going.
Yeah.
So like, is it just activity, or does it actually feel good?
It's activity.
Okay.
So it's just like, I mean, it's
like the cherry on top.
Yeah.
It's like, boom, got it, and then.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking, what's that thing?
There's no feeling.
The ground that erupted. What's that? Where's that at? Where's that? It's like a national monument. Fucking.
Natural Springs.
Yeah, where is that? But Yosemite, is that the thing? They got the fucking geyser thing that blows up. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
There's a fucking. They're gonna be so mad at me in the comments. There's an actual national thing that's like a famous spot where like the ground just shoots up water. It like explodes every once in a while.
Oh, really?
Have you never heard of that?
No, I've never heard of it.
So it's a real thing.
Oh. Okay.
Anyways, I got way off track. So
that's funny.
So it's not. It's just activity. It's not like, wow, this actual act feels good as it's happening.
No, yeah, it's just activity.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I was curious about that. It's not like a dude coming where he's like, that's when it feels good. You know, the build up and the come.
Yeah.
And, okay.
Yeah.
Not that. Check.
Do you understand what he asked? He asked if you're like basically coming from this.
No.
No, she got it. You got it, right?
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, it's just like the acts.
So that's not you. But that's not like.
It's not me coming.
Got it. See, that's what I was trying to get at. So you got
no.
it. Yeah, you got it.
I
You
got
understood
it.
Yeah. Okay. Have you ever slept with a fan before?
No.
No. I figured that because of him. Oh, this is a good question. Someone said, what does a day in the life of a porn star look like?
Well, as of lately, I've been enjoying, working out with my trainer in the mornings.
Nice.
That's like one thing. That's my favorite thing to do in the day.
Training.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
I love hearing that.
I really enjoy that.
That's like the only thing that brings me joy.
Yeah.
In life, in general,
like,
completely.
Yeah. Like in my days are pretty like simple. So when it comes to working out, it's like fun. I mean, even though it's like hard, it's
my
like
whole
enjoy
day
it.
centers around that.
Yeah.
Is that weird?
Mine too. Like honestly, so with my like day or the week, I like plan what days I want to shoot content, and I plan it. I plan it around working out, because I know I work out in the morning.
Yeah.
So I want to just focus on that.
Yeah.
Make sure I eat, and then get ready, do content, and then
our lives are basically the same.
Yeah.
I think about this. Yeah, no, seriously, think about this. My life revolves around making content, eating food, and having sex. Yeah. Except mine's just not on fucking camera.
Yeah.
But that's like my life revolves. It's pretty cool. It's honestly the biggest blessing I think ever. So I'm grateful as fuck.
Me too.
Making content's fun. We'll get back to that. Let's get back to a little bit. Maybe we'll do one more Discord. It's for the boys. Someone asked actually a really important question, and this is a gym bro. Actually a dude that I'm supposed to do a podcast with. He asked, how much does she bench? Do you bench press?
No.
How much do you squat?
I squat.
How much do you weigh?
115. I weigh maybe 120 or 115 or something. Yeah, nah. I'm not that. I don't know.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'3", but I have not checked my weight in over a year, so I don't know.
I bet you I could guess your weight exactly right now if you got to a scale.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm saying
you can guess my weight.
You're almost 120. I'm saying you're like 117.
Okay.
115 to 117, almost exactly.
Yeah. So I have not checked in so long, but for squats, I think it's 115 I can do. I'm working my next.
Do you do like actual like depth, or you like bullshit reps? Because that's very important.
Do you want to? I can show you after, and you can see if it's right. But I do like I go down like the way I don't know how to explain it. I just squat and go up.
Do you want me to show you?
Yes.
Okay. So do you do this bullshit right here? All right. People do this fake shit, or do you like go like this? You do the fake shit.
No, I mean I've been trying to go lower.
So, okay. That's what I said. You didn't
Yes.
fake shit then.
Okay. Do you want to see?
Yeah, I want to see it.
Okay,
Now,
see.
this is very important.
You can see if I'm doing it right.
Okay, I'll make sure. We'll keep going through these questions. So,
Okay.
So I gotta ask one more question. Shout out to Discord, by the way. Do you like muscular dudes or non-muscular dudes? Because they're asking for like the gym bros.
I like a little bit of both. I like muscle. I like a fit guy.
Fit, yeah. So someone who works out.
Yeah.
You'd find that important.
Yes.
For
Yeah.
sure. Do you think that's changed because you started working out more? Or had you always felt that?
I feel that way more, but I've always felt that way too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair. Oh, let's see this video.
Okay. See, but
Let's
this was
Judging Autumn. Okay, so it's different from 2 weeks. Is that what you're trying to preface
Maybe.
this? Okay,
I don't
'cause
know.
I'm about to shit on you. Okay.
Okay.
Judging Autumn Falls squat depth. Okay, here we go.
This was a different weight too. So, but no, literally last week I did more. I did.
It's.
Is that
Who's your
good?
trainer?
Um.
We're gonna have to have a conversation.
Yes.
Look, it's not bad. Okay, it's not bad. It's not terrible.
Okay.
Your knees looking real good. It's like just a little bit lower.
I can go
Like-
a little lower.
Yeah, like let your knees go a little bit more forward.
Okay.
Kind of push your hips a little bit more forward. And so you started working out. Like, have you always been into working out, or is it a new thing?
I've been working out. I've been working.
See, look,
out.
you got that. See the headphone thing earlier?
Yeah,
Look at you,
I
nailed that shit.
remembered.
Fuck yeah.
I been working out since last year, but I've been doing it more seriously within the few months, like within
The last few months.
The last few months.
And you enjoy it.
Yes, I do.
So are you like officially a gym sis forever, or are you gonna do?
I-
It's gonna be because a lot of
I
people they
wanna
work
be.
out and then they're like, eh.
No, I want to be a gym sis. I want to build my body.
Damn. What if you had abs? Would people like that or not like that?
I don't know, but I think it would be cute to have abs, but I've been wanting to really just grow my booty,
Grow your butt.
my butt. Yeah. And
I'm a professional at that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at working out.
Yeah.
If you need some tips, I can help
Yeah, honestly,
you. We should do a video. We should do a video working out.
Yeah,
Because
let's
I do all
that.
that shit on the internet. I'll be
Yeah.
like training, you know.
I want to learn more, and you can see, like, we can do that.
That'd be cool.
Another time.
We'll do it. Okay, we have one more segment. This is before, by the way, this is new, boys. We started adding segments. We're like, fuck it, we're going to do it. We're going to try some different things. Before we get into also the end of this too, we do audience questions, which we'll get into in a sec, which is our last segment. But this one is a new one. Okay, we're going to do a segment. He was so funny doing that
It was a
announcing.
segment with Sylvie, but
God,
he'll do it next time.
Yeah, so it's hot takes. You just answer the first thing that comes to mind. But damn, his voice was so perfect for that. His announcer voice.
Do you want
No.
me-
I want you to do it. Do your
Okay.
best. You're amazing.
All right, we're going to start our segment hot takes.
She had to make it
So-
corny, by the way. Just FYI, she decided to make it corny, not me. Go ahead.
That's what it says on the card.
I'm
Anyways,
fucking with
hot
you.
takes. Money can buy you happiness. What is your opinion?
I don't know. It depends, but not real. Honestly, if
Like the first thing
know.
that comes to mind. What do you think about it? Like money.
money is good, so because you feel like you can take care of your own self.
For sure.
So it's like good with that. But when it comes to like just having money to fix all your problems or buying whatever you want and all that stuff, I don't know. I feel
Yeah.
like I don't know.
I got you.
don't know.
Don't worry. I'm good at this kind of shit.
Okay, what do you think?
Money buys you freedom.
Freedom.
Freedom
Yes.
is important.
Yes.
But
that.
the reality is money is never going to fix what's inside your heart. That's the
Yeah.
truth. So we're taught to search for all this external things that matter. And, you know, like it's stuff I'm talking about TikTok and people with the cars and the money and people got all this shit and we're all looking at it and we feel like, you know, even these kids, I need that to be happy. And you may get all those things at some point in your life. And I think I do genuinely wish everyone could be rich and have all the money and understand that the money is not the thing that makes you happy. Like having freedom to allow yourself to do things that like might, you know, experiences or moments with people that like those are truly fulfilling things that can make you happy.
Yeah, I wish what you said is perfect. I really suck at like talking and
Don't worry
explaining
about
to
it.
myself, but what you said is exactly what I agree on.
Yeah. It's the reality. Like everyone, especially when you don't have money, you go, money is the thing that's going to make me happy. And to a degree, like having the money, like we're saying, to make sure you're paying for your house, your food, like the basic needs, and let's say even some shit that maybe are not basic, like someone wants a nice car or have an even nicer house, but at some point all these things kind of become like negligible. Like you only buy the nicest things so many times. Like imagine if you had all the money in the world. I always say this, you have all the money in the world, then what? It's like okay, you can go on 1,000 trips, then what? You buy every house you want, then what? You buy every car you want, then what? Right? And you always get to the same thing. You start to realize like the things that actually matter in life is like what's in your heart. How do you express love with another person? How do you feel love? Do you feel good about doing the things that you're doing? Everything else like is like a fucking is just bullshit. Yeah, straight up.
I agree.
But we're caught up. We are really caught up in that stuff.
Yeah.
So buy the fucking raw gear sleepwear, you fucks. No. Okay.
Next hot take is
because I need money. It's a joke, obviously.
Ha 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 ha.
The fuck.
Next hot take is men have it easier than women. Do you agree or disagree?
Whoa, wait, what? Okay,
men have it easier than women.
Okay, is that a real card? Or are you
Yes.
trolling me?
Yes.
Okay, clearly that's a troll.
Oh my god.
Bring that here. I need to see that. I need to make sure that they ask that question properly. What do you think? Men have it easier than women.
Just because I'm a girl, I would say no. Because I feel like everyone, I don't know what, I shouldn't say equal, but like men, I don't think men has it easier than women. I feel like a girl can, or a woman can do the same thing as a man.
Yeah, but
Is
I
that
guess
like that?
no. So I'll answer this. What I think.
Okay. Yes.
It's fine. It's good.
Yeah.
I think what you were trying to say was that despite man or woman, you can have different struggles. Because I think that's accurate to say. I think as a whole, it could be definitely viewed for men more challenging because men normally start from a point where, you know, your physical looks kind of go so far, only so far, right? Like your height, your weight, like how you look, versus I think in most cases for women it can go very far, right? So I think when people think of this idea of like, do men have it easier than women? It's not as simple as to say yes and no, because obviously people's lives can be so much more uniquely complicated as far as like where they come from, their childhood, their upbringing, what they know to that point in their life. But the idea is that men have to build all this value up to be able to be at like a position of either status or power or like to be revered or to be enjoyed or liked, versus the idea that men think, okay, well, a woman for the most part has to be attractive, right? Which is also subjective. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like attractiveness, depending on the person's circumstances, it's like you're kind of born with it or you're not. Whereas a guy, you're clearly not born with the things that make a guy have a ton of value, right?
Yeah.
So that's why if I'm answering this question, I would say women have it easier. And that's because of the relationship to like just the basic starting point.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like it's not to say that a woman, just because she's beautiful, couldn't have had a crazy tumultuous life in which she's like, fuck, I grew up without a father and I grew up like this and maybe I was abused and like so it's not that simple. So yeah, that's my answer. I got kind of like,
yeah, no,
I went far on that one.
I agree. I agree with you. Like what you said is perfect. I think it would be a good answer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm fucking good at these, dude.
Agree to disagree. Anyways.
Oh, you would disagree?
It depends on the context. Because like in that sense, yes.
Go ahead.
But in the other sense of in regards to getting a job, certain jobs are easier for men to get than women. Obviously, women are capable of doing it. Yeah. But in the industry, certain industries are male dominant. So sometimes to get like for women
that's
to
fair.
make it in there. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Depends on the context.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was also saying. Like it depends on the person and like where they're at in their life, what they want to do with their life.
Yeah.
Like because a woman may get treated differently completely in a situation like in some sort of maybe sort of business regards. It might be like, well, maybe I'm not going to like look at you the same way that I'm looking at that guy for this specific job because it needs that, you know, it's a more physical job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
whether it's like heavy lifting and they're like, nah, you can't do it. But
there's 100. You're right. There's 100% pros and cons to both sides. So there's no like exact right answer.
Yeah, I wouldn't say. I wouldn't say like it's. I would think there's no answer. There's no exact answer. You were just right too. I agree what you said. Yeah.
Look at that, Natalie.
Wow.
Just doing a great job. Come on, give us the next one.
Anyways, next hot take is, it's unmanly to cry.
Oh shit! Then I'm a bitch. Why you ask that one? Knowing I cry all the time. Okay, fuck. What do you think?
I think it's okay for men to cry.
It probably depends on the circumstances, though, right? Like, what if I just came to you and was like, just crying, like, oh, I'm sad. They didn't have my food at McDonald's.
Yeah,
or some
no,
shit. That's some pussy shit.
Yeah, that's weird.
I need a reason to cry, right?
Yeah, it's like a reason, not just because, not for anything. If someone's like crying all the time, then that's
like, yo, like,
yeah. But it's okay for like men to cry for like situations where it's like okay to cry.
Yeah, otherwise you're just crying, just being a bitch.
Being Instagram famous is better than being TikTok famous.
Oh, yeah, I fully agree with that. Yeah, Instagram, I think. Well, actually, wait, it's kind of changing a little bit.
It is. That's why I was like thinking.
Yeah.
I feel like people are getting more popular on like TikTok.
Okay, 100% people are 100% getting more popular on TikTok. Like the way it's spreading videos.
Yeah.
But I don't know about the sustainability of the relationship on TikTok. Okay. I mean, even though they're starting to add more, they're implementing more functions like the story that allows you to like be a little bit more personal. Mm-hmm. Because TikTok itself still feels like, actually, although I guess that's not entirely true, because there are some creators who like just post videos of their face and they're just talking and they still get enough engagement. So the app itself gives people way more reach, I would agree. But I feel like Instagram almost is like a digital business card where like people go there to be like, are these people legit? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just feels that way.
Yeah. No, sometimes I'm on TikTok and then I go on a person that has like maybe like 3 million followers, and then I go onto their Instagram and there's like 200,000.
Yeah.
Or like maybe
70,000.
70,000. Like, so it's.
It doesn't always directly correlate for sure. But yeah, that's interesting. I think it's kind of shifting as things have progressed though, as far as in the social space. Because like the problem with these apps is like they go through so many phases of algorithms where it's like Instagram 1 week to the next will be like completely different as far as engagement goes. And then like TikTok is starting to do it as well, where it's like, okay, now, 6 months ago you could post anything and be like millions of views. Now it's a little different. Like, but I get it because they just go through their phases.
Yeah, it's
fun regardless. Yeah. Okay, let's get to the audience questions. So at the end of every episode, we do 3 audience questions. Okay. You guys, if you want to send us those questions in, you can send them in. Go ahead, tell them how they do it.
You go to askrawtalk@gmail.com, or you could submit them in a DM on Instagram at RAWTALK.
I'm professional. See this shit?
Yeah.
Did you expect this, or you expect me to be like a fucking, like, what did you expect of me?
I feel like you're gonna be like very nice.
Okay.
And
that's
like,
dope.
I feel like people have asked me to be on podcasts before, and I check out their podcasts or their social media, and it's like it's not my vibe. Like people can. I mean, there's this one person that asked me to be on their podcast, and I didn't reply back because I see all their content. I don't know the name. I don't know the person's name.
Damn it.
But it's like a bunch of like adult performers, and they always talk about like sex and like it's like too like sexual for me. Yeah, it's like too much.
That's fair.
I
think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
the podcast.
I don't know the person's name, but
I honestly, like, it's actually really interesting. Like I said earlier, I'm not kidding. When you followed me, I wasn't like, I know exactly who this is, and all my boys were like, oh my god. And then now it was actually just refreshing talking to you. Like, I knew that you did that once they told me, but I wasn't like, oh, I'm just going to talk about this stuff. Cause like, I imagine it kind of gets played out. But I did want to ask some questions that I knew the boys would, they'd be like, yo, if you didn't ask this shit, we'd be pissed at you. So I had to do it for you.
Everything was good. And you're like very nice. And like, so I felt comfortable going on your podcast and like talking to you just based off what I saw on
which is interesting because like I feel like if you just looked at my Instagram, you're like, this guy's a fucking meathead. I think because you saw the podcast.
Yes, that's why.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this guy is like nice. Mm-hmm. Imagine I was just a total dickhead. Get the fuck out of here.
No, I would have.
Oh, fuck yourself, bitch. Fuck you. Wow. No, not you. I was not talking to her, by the way. I was talking to the guy off camera.
I know. Yeah.
No, that's my boy. We give each other shit all the time. Okay, so, do you have any questions for me?
No, not really.
Not even how much it doesn't matter how much you bench press.
Can I?
No, don't ask me that now. Jesus, you put me on the spot.
Okay.
You're gonna make fun of me.
If I ever have questions, I'll just ask you.
Yeah, we'll do the workout thing. We'll do a little workout session together. I think that'll be dope because I'll help you a little bit more with the squat form.
Yeah.
And then if you ever have questions about training or if he has questions, you can hit me up. I'm like, I do that for a lot of people. You'd be surprised.
I tell you something. You know why you're here?
What's that?
You know why we come to you?
No, why? Yeah.
Because you're the most intelligent person I saw on YouTube.
Wait. Hold on. Can you?
He just said you're the most intelligent person he saw on YouTube.
Really? Oh, wow. That's a fucking dope ass compliment.
Because before I checked, I saw you before just very, very nice man. I can feel it because I see when people don't know what to answer, you always help them. You don't put in like stupid situation people. You don't ask no one stupid question. You don't like, try to push people. You feel with who you talk. You feel.
Oh man, that means a lot. Fuck, I wish we had that on fucking audio, dude. That was very kind of you, for real. I appreciate that so much. He doesn't. Go ahead. He didn't want to come on which, by the way, it doesn't matter if you rush it, dude. I don't give a fuck if you're on the podcast or not. I'm definitely not that guy where I'm like, yeah. Oh, who cares? You're a fucking normal dude. You just rush it, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So he basically complimented Bradley, said he's the most intelligent person on YouTube because
the way to ask questions, I guess.
The way you ask questions, the way you make the guests feel comfortable, you help them finish their sentences. You don't ask silly questions, and you're very insightful, as well as you could tell that the energy that you're positive and friendly.
I appreciate it, yeah. And
he can be not YouTube guy just like us. I think he can be. He's better interviewer than people on TV.
Oh, he says you're a better interviewer than people on TV, not just on YouTube.
That's awesome, man. Holy shit, dude.
He says you basically know how to maneuver around getting to the main points.
Yeah.
And actually hitting them on point rather
without
than
making the person feel uncomfortable.
Yes.
Yeah. Damn, that's fucking. I really appreciate it, man. To be honest, like, I you know, I'm really grateful with the compliments. Like, even saying that the idea of like what's really important, like someone's soul, someone's heart. Because to be honest, man, like all this stuff that I've done to this point has been indicative of that, and my realization of that with myself, understanding why people have supported me over the years. Because like I've always given that, and then I start to realize like, wait, oh, that's what people like. And that's why I was like, okay, this is what I want to search for, what I want to go for. Because it'd be boring as fuck, I think, if I sat here and was like, yeah, how many dudes you fuck with dicks and all this shit. Like, and I know there's certain things that people do want to know. But at the same time, like, my goal always in these episodes and like these interviews is to understand like who like this actual person is, not just what they do.
In 5 years, you'll be like Joe Rogan.
In 5 years, I'll be like Joe Rogan?
Let's go.
Damn. That's a big compliment.
Because you don't have big mouth and you don't talk just for nothing. You talk all timing for interview specific.
Damn, dude, this guy's fucking gassing me up, dude. I love this shit. No, I appreciate it. No, you really made me feel good, man. I'm not gonna lie. I really fucking appreciate it.
Joe Rogan is, when I hear you and I saw it before, it's like, this guy, it's like young Joe Rogan.
Like a young Joe Rogan? That's dope. Oh, this guy's fucking making me feel good, man. Damn. So, okay. I'm sorry. We got to get away from this. I really do appreciate that. The podcast is about you. I wish I got that all in audio. It's fine. But you know, I read the comments. I see what people say too. And like people have given me a lot of love for this. And I'm just grateful, dude. I'm grateful because like I said, my whole life is just I'm trying to figure out genuinely more and more about myself. And when I talk to other people and get different perspectives, it allows me to understand more about myself.
Why you like that?
I don't know what, because I had a terrible childhood. With that being said, I'm going to stop gassing myself up here. I'm like a little embarrassed now. But thank you so much for coming. We got to run through these audience questions, and there's only going to be 3 of them.
Okay.
And I promise you I'm not going to let them gas me up anymore.
Okay.
We're going to make this about you now.
It's okay.
So this person says, hello, I'm a big fan of all your content and listen to every podcast. So this is a question for the guest and Brad. I'm 23 years old, going to college for 4 years, and have yet to find my passion. What advice do you have for somebody who doesn't know their path in life yet?
I mean, I've answered questions like this in the past. I think when it comes to like not knowing what your path is, obviously you figured it out earlier, like something you wanted to do. Most people are 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and they're just like 24, 25. I don't really know exactly what I want to do. And I think partly 25, you're getting a little up there, but definitely in the younger years, you shouldn't be like hard on yourself, number one, because I had no idea what I was going to do. Like the things that kind of, like I told you about Instagram and Instagram coming to like become a thing wasn't something I was like, I wasn't 18 being like, I'm going to do Instagram because it didn't exist. I didn't actually know exactly how my life was going to go. I thought I was going to move down to LA, and I thought I was going to be a trainer, and I thought I was going to train celebrities, which I did towards the end of my training career. And then like social media took off, and I was like, okay, I don't have time to do this anymore. Even now in my life, the point remains the same. We're constantly like learning and growing from what we're experiencing today, that where we actually want to go. And the best advice I give someone who's like really searching for what they want to do is start aligning yourself with the things that you actually really enjoy. Because a lot of people spend a lot of time doing things that they genuinely fucking hate. But their idea is, I have to do this because of money and I need that. And then they never make time for the little bit, even if it was like an hour a day to focus on the thing that they actually like. And then they're never able to make this thing that they actually like become something more because they don't give it enough time. They don't give it enough love. They don't give it enough energy. So a lot of people fall in that line where like they have this idea and they're afraid to pursue it because like it seems like it's so like maybe daunting of a task, or they make excuses why they don't have enough time to do it, or they're like, well, I'm comfortable here, so like I'm just going to keep doing this. So the reality is like we just need to learn to like be uncomfortable and at the same time go towards the things that make you happy and give them more of your time, more of your attention, more of your love every day. And then you can continue to like build along that and on top of that different avenue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I completely agree.
Thank you.
I agree.
Thank you. You got anything to add? Like anything personal experience of your like choices and how you picked them or how you did things? I had fun doing this.
No, yeah. I feel like once I started on doing what I really wanted to do, which was to film and shoot, and I think I just went for it. All you have to do is I just like literally just went for it. So without any like hesitation.
Absolutely. Yeah. Do you think then, I have a question based on your answer. Do you think then, because I do believe this, and this isn't real, and this isn't always the way that everyone can do it, because you may have other things like depending on where you're at in your life and how many like financial debts that you have or things that you kind of like now have to pay for. Because I can't tell like a 30-year-old quit your job and he's got kids and he's got a mortgage and just start pursuing this other thing.
Yeah, like things like situations like that are really tricky.
It's more tough, right? But the question I was going to ask was, do you think that like, at least in your younger years, because I would fully say in your younger years, like 22, 19, 8, like just fucking go for it. Like, because there was a point where I lived in my car for about 4 months and I was like, I'm not going to move home because if I move home, I'm a fucking failure. And I could have moved home. It's not like I didn't have a home to go to. I was just like, I'm not going to quit because if I quit, I'm a failure. So I lived in my car and I would shower at 24-Hour Fitness and I would like just fucking do bullshit to try to get any money. And eventually I figured my life out. Right. So I do believe that like what you just said, sometimes depending on the age and like prior engagements, you should just say fuck it and just go for it. Like you did. You said fuck it. This is what I want to do. I'm going to go for it. Like all in.
I definitely did that. But for situations like that, how you said like a little bit slowly, like where if you have like time in the weekends to do something, like little things like that, and go from there.
Absolutely. For the people who have like all the other obligations, you still have to make time for that thing that you actually like.
And then maybe it might work out.
Exactly.
You know, you just never know unless you try.
Yeah, it's a fact. Cool. Perfect.
Next question is, how would you define success?
I would say as long as you have the right people around you, you're happy with your life situation, that's like success to me. Like I'm happy that I have the people around me that I care about. I don't think success for me is like all about money. It can be that too, but it's about like who you have around you, because you can have all this other stuff and then you might not have no one to come home to or to talk to. Yeah. And I feel like having, people that you care about and, being happy in your own personal life is like success.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. I mean, no one gets to the end of their life and they're sitting on their deathbed and they go, I wish I had more money. I wish I had more stuff. Everyone goes, I wish I had more moments with people that I love. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like we ultimately, success, in my opinion, is like being able to be your true self, give as much genuine love as possible, to be able to receive as much genuine love as possible. That's what true success is. Because all these other things are just like derivatives of things that we think this is how it should be. So it's like this glamorized life of having stuff and having shit. So we go, oh, this is what we need and that's going to make me happy. But like I said earlier, once you get it all and you have it all, you see it all, it's like how many more? And you realize, okay, the moments that actually count, the things that actually make me happy is like, it's love. Like that's what it is. And that's what true success is.
Yes.
For sure. There's no doubt about it. But yeah, I mean, cool shit is fun to have too. So honestly, like, I'm not saying not shoot for it.
No, yeah, that is so true. Like, everything in like moderation or anything like that. Yeah.
But I also believe, and I mean this genuinely speaking, I also believe that if you can find yourself in a position where like you're acting genuinely in your heart, you're acting genuinely like in your relationships, you're going to also create enough positive in your life that then you'll be able to notice that money and all these other things that you think you want and you've been chasing, it comes to you easier. And then it comes to you faster when you're actually able to like live in that kind of line in your life. Yeah. At least I've noticed that when I've been more like in tune with who I am, where I am, and like not hard on myself or like allowing myself to like fucking, you know, feel like shit or allowing myself to be proud of myself, then those feelings, like even your boyfriend showing me love over here and being like, damn, I really appreciate that. Like, and being able to be like, yeah, I can be that guy and I will be that guy. Like owning it, not without being like, yeah, fuck everyone else, but that's how you start to really get closer to that success. Because then like the financial comes along with it, right? Where you start to, if you own, okay, I can be, for example, in this podcast space, if I can be like, quote unquote, the next Joe Rogan, or if I could be like somewhere along that line as far as being a great podcaster, which Joe Rogan obviously is, and the whole world knows it, right? If I can get closer to that by allowing myself to be like, to believe in myself, like that's a version of love, right? And then so that version of love converts into success.
Yeah.
And that's so that's the whole thing about this that I think is interesting, and I think people should hear that shit more. And hopefully they fucking heard it. So
yes.
Are you feeling it?
Yeah. When you was the same person and was so humble, so nice, and so like, you know, like normal guy. You're just 100% normal guy. Like back in the days, you remember like when 1998, 1999, you look at the guys from 2005 and you look like, wow, this is normal guys without bullshit, without fake. Well, like, you know, it's very rare.
You see it on the internet, and you're like, there's the same fucking meathead person.
Because you're very young. You're 33 years old.
Yeah.
Yes, but in your mind, you're like, okay, you're 45 over. You're not 33 years old. It's completely no way. Maybe you look more older, right? Because we're the same age, but obviously I'm different type of body.
Right.
But in your mind, in your head, how you set up your mind and how you working on your soul so much. I can see that because you're working on yourself, not muscles inside of you, because you did a lot of work. I can see that because you're smarter than people 46 years old.
I appreciate it. You know what's funny about that though? Oh God, I wish you were on this podcast, dude, because the work that I've done on myself and my soul is also a part of my physical, because all those years and all the years that I did the training, it was because I was trying to like feel better about myself and what I had gone through in my life, and like my relationship to like my worth, my self-worth, what being good enough, all that stuff related to like my soul. So it's interesting how my physical manifestation also is a derivative of the same thing that I've been working on in my soul, in my heart, because it's like I've wanted to be either appreciated or loved or accepted my whole life in a way that, you know.
Why I told you did hard work? Because you not become selfish. You're not a selfish person. Normally when people do this kind of stuff and they're growing so much and they become more famous and stuff, they become very selfish. It's all about them, it's all about them. No, you're not. Because I can see how you treat your team.
Yeah. They're amazing, bro. They're fucking... Yeah, I appreciate it. All right, so, damn, dude. This guy, we got to do a pod. Okay, so thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you for having
we
me.
have to do some content in the gym, like train a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll get your squat right, no problem.
Yes.
I might have to fight your trainer. Is it a dude?
No, it's a girl.
Oh, okay, I'm not fighting your trainer. Never mind. Scratch that.
She's the sweetest. I love her. But honestly, I want to learn how to like to do all that stuff. Like
I got you.
Yeah.
I'm the guy. I'm actually good at that.
I want to become like a little gym girl. That's like
that would be dope. That's a whole different like angle too. I feel like in that space, like guys are like gym girls are popping right now.
Really?
I feel like gym girls are really popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just what I like. I don't know.
Maybe it is a thing.
Yeah, fuck it. But that's it. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And I appreciate it. If you guys do me a solid, if you're on Spotify, I think you just subscribe. If you're on iTunes, drop a review. If you're on YouTube, drop a comment, drop a like. We love you guys. We're out here every Tuesday, 11 a.m. Thank you so much for coming, for real.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for bringing the ultimate fucking, the guy who just fucking, you made me feel good, dude. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, we're out of here.
This too, but I was meant to get this on the thing, but I forgot. Wait, there's no leggings?
I don't know how I would do it if I was behind like a bar.
Yeah, just do what you would do.
Like
Yeah,
this?
it's just wait,
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's just like it's like you'd want to be like.
I think I'm not paying attention as much.
Nah, like you'd want to like let your weight go more towards your toes. So like you're kind of, which is normal. A lot of people think they gotta like go like this, so you're like really pitch forward, but let your weight go more towards your toes.
Oh, okay.
So the idea is like, don't just start like sticking your hips back. Kind of like let your knees break, like bend. Yeah, and then go, let your weight go like that. No, you were amazing. Thank you.
Yes.
Very good to see you.
Yeah.
Very good to meet you.
Me too.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Thank you for the love, man. Yeah, that was I appreciate it a lot. For real. Nice meeting you. You like I genuinely like that's what I want to do, man. Like I love this shit. I really love it.
I think a lot of people jealous you.
You think?
Yeah, because you are a really good guy.
Thank you, man. For real.
Yeah, real good guy.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, have a good night. But yo, this is dropping this month. Be fucking ready. 3 colors, top and bottoms. There's also another top that doesn't have a collar. Buy 2 sets because your girl is 100% gonna steal one of these sets. I guarantee it. Most fire shit in the game. Most comfortable shit ever. That's it. Subscribe to the channel. I love you guys. That dude gassed me way up. I really appreciate it. I love you guys. Subscribe to the channel.